Yo guys, it's 9000 here, and welcome to the Skylanders Trap Team Update Part 5. To start off, some new awesome information. Skylanders Trap Team also shows up on the tablet. That is so awesome. And we got more more awesome news here on the Skylanders Trap Team Update by Energy Dynamo. Trap Master Skylanders. These guys have Traptanium weapons, so they beat capturable villains easier, making them the ultimate villains to fight against those villains. Then there are 16 of these guys. How awesome is that? Snapshot. This guy is a water element Skyland Trap Master. His abilities are shooting with that bow and arrow. Basically he slams onto the ground with a sword when that arrow becomes a sword. He has a wave attack, which he punches into the ground and a wave shows up, and then there's also a charged sword. He can charge his sword and slam it down on the ground and slam it at enemies. And his catchphrase is crock and roll. Sorry about messing it up before when I said rock the crock. It's really crock and roll. Sorry about that. Anyways, go Gator! Wallop! This guy is of the earth element. This guy's ability is hammer slam, hammer throw. You heard correctly. He throws hammer. He throws his hammers and then they boomerang back at the enemy. And then there's hammer crushing, which is when he throws one up in the air and it crushes the enemies like boom. And then he has a bit of a temper tantrum. So sometimes when he just slams his hammers, he just slams it really quickly. And his catchphrase is hammer it home. Well, what do you know? It's hammer time! Well, fire! He's of the fire element. His abilities are fire breath, fire lightning strike from his finger, shield dash, a shield spin combo, and his awesome new lion form. And his catchphrase is bring in the heat. And I ain't lying about this. Gear shift. This lady is from the tech element. Her abilities are gear. Basically, she drops gears and then they make an explosion. She can kick parts of her gear at enemies. There's a gear hula hoop ability she has. She can also slice and dice with gear blades, and she also can throw bombs. And she has a gear projectile move. And then she can also roll. That is pretty awesome. And her catchphrase is all geared up. So, might as well get geared up ourselves, shall we? Jawbreaker! And no, we're not talking about the candy. This guy is of the tech element. His abilities are punch, ground slam. He can energize himself by punching the ground, and he can get super fast as well as get more powerful and all that. He also has a charged punch move, which is pretty cool, and his catchphrase is down for the count. This robot is going to be quite a knockout, isn't he? Crypt King. This guy is of the undead element. His abilities are making a sword attack. He has a bug spitting move. He can have his sword float around by remotely with some spiritual connection or whatever. And he can also summon a whole bunch of swords to slam down on the ground and beat enemies. And his catchphrase is, I've got the edge. This guy will provide all the edge we'll need for any battle. Shortcut. Another undead trap master, although we have no idea what he does or what he says. I just wonder if there's a rock, paper, scissors reference involved. Gusto. This guy is of the air element. His abilities are he can throw his boomerang. He can inhale, and then his stomach bloats, I guess. Then he exhales, and then the stomach returns back to normal, as well as his air damages enemies. And he can transform into a ball of lightning, which is pretty cool, a lot like Lightning Rod's powers. And he has a whirlwind ability. I can't remember how that works though. And his catchphrase is Gusts of Glory. Thunderbolt! Grilladrilla's cousin. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea who this guy really is. He looks a lot like Grilladrilla, though. Well, sort of. He looks a little more snaky, actually. Anyways, this guy's of the air element, but I have no idea what he does or what he says. Man. Lobstar. This guy's of the water element. He looks like a crustacean to me. And looks like he does something with his Traptanium starfish, though I have no idea what he does. As demonstrated by I have no idea what his abilities or catchphrase is. Ah, crab. Bushwhack! This guy is of the life element. His abilities are, he can throw acorns, he can do an awesome axe attack, he can, like, do a headbutt with his helmet, and he has he can, like, set up a tree, and he can cut it down, and have it smash enemies in. Sorry about the antler headbutt showing up twice. Anyways, his catchphrase is, axe to the max! Tough luck! This guy, I have no idea what gender tough luck is anyway. Anyways, this character is of the life element, and I have no idea what her abilities or catchphrase is. I bet it'll be pretty catchy though. Head Rush, one of the first musically inclined Skylanders we've ever met. This Skylander is from the Earth element, and her abilities are a charge and then she yanks her head back as if like sort of like a bull, like just charges at him, and then once it gets stuck in the hone, she just throw it backward. She also has some stalking abilities, and she also has some kind of awesome opera singing power. And when you upgrade it, you can make it like break the ground, causing an avalanche. I am definitely going for that singing path. Anyways, her catchphrase is taking charge. I wonder if she'll get large and in charge. Kaboom! This guy is of a fire element character. His abilities are he can like shoot a cannon. He can also set up mortar bombs like what's his name? Series 2 Zook. And he also has like a cannon leap attack. He can just basically charge his cannon and then he'll just make some kind of dash move, which is pretty cool. Sort of a leap, sort of a dash, I can't really tell. Anyways, his catchphrase is boom time! Kaboom boom boom! Blastermind. This guy is a magic element, and I don't know what his abilities or catchphrase is, but it must have something to do with telepathy. How can I tell? I can read his mind. Enigma. This is a magic element character, and we don't really know what she can do or what her catchphrase is, but she looks pretty Egyptian, so it probably has something to do with Egypt. It looks pretty cool, though. I can't wait to try this character. More Skylanders. These are all new Skylanders with 18 cores, which means, are there any more elements coming along the way? Dude, fight! This guy is a life Skylander. His abilities are a tomato bazooka. He can set plant bombs on the ground to make them explode. He can roll around with a tomato, as seen in the second picture, the one in the middle. And he also can make a zucchini acid puddle. And his catchphrase is, eat this. This Skylander is not edible. It's not very edible. I'll tell you that from personal experience. JK. Chopper. This guy is a tech Skylander. His abilities are he can dash while making his helicopter blades spin around. He also has missile powers, and he has a supersonic roar, which eventually comes with flame breath, I think. And his catchphrase is Dynamite. TNT, it's dynamite! TNT. Fun Bone. This guy is an undead Skylander. His abilities are, he could throw a tailbone frisbee from his tail. He has a saw blade dash attack. He can do some sort of ground pound move like an electroplast slam. he can like do a digging move, and he can make a bone paw appear out of the hole. And there's an upgrade where he can like have a spiritual head follow him as he does his saw blade move. We don't know what his catchphrase is though, but I bet it'll be pretty rough sounding. Yep, a fire Skylander. This character has a flaming horseshoe ability. She can throw flaming horseshoes. You heard correctly. Flamethrower and fiery red hair, which just spins around and hits enemies. And her catchphrase is fired up. Let's do this. Trailblazer. This is a fire Skylander. We don't know what this one's abilities or catchphrase is, but it's gonna be pretty hoarse. Yup, you heard correctly, Skylanders fans. We have an first equestrian Skylander, which will also be pretty popular for the equestrian fans out there. Deja Vu. This is a magic Skylander, though we don't know what she can do or what her catchphrase is. What a bummer. Only time will tell, though. Good things will happen to those who wait. I just wonder how long we have to wait for this info. Cobra Cadabra. This is a magic Skylander, though we don't know his abilities or catchphrase. But it'll be pretty slithery, huh? Slithery. See what I did there? 5, I guess. We don't really know what his name is. This is a life Skylander, though we don't know his abilities or catchphrase. Bummer. Batspin, an undead Skylander, though again, we don't know her abilities or catchphrase, but she looks a lot like Hex's cousin. So there's probably some sort of relationship with their powers, right? Like a similarity, sort of? That would be cool. Flipwreck. This is a water Skylander, though we don't know his abilities or catchphrase. But he looks pirate-related, so maybe he has a pirate history / has pirate attacks? Who knows? Maybe his catchphrase is even pirate-related, too. Arrgh! Show me timbers! Echo! This is a water Skylander. Looks a lot like that. Or a Leviathan or something. Not the Leviathan from Skylanders, but like a Leviathan from like another book series I've read. I don't know what it is, actually. I can't really remember. We don't know this guy's abilities or catchphrase, but maybe it'll have something to do with echolocation. This is an air Skylander. This character's abilities is a wing swing, and she can create a sword tornado as well. We don't know her catchphrase though, but I bet it'll be really cool. Fling Kong. This is an air Skylander. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but this guy looks pretty fun to play as. But I'm not so sure about the monkey business. Heh, monkey business. Lol. Fist Bump! This is an Earth Skylander. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but I bet this guy will pack a punch! Shredhead. This is a tech Skylander, though we don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but I bet he has a really cool vehicle. Awesome wheels, I'd say. Rocky Roll. This is an Earth Skylander. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but it looks like he rolls around on some awesome raw Earth ball with a face on it. Sounds cool. Gotta rock and roll and rumble! Repo Skylanders. These are new and improved Skylanders returning, like Fizzy Friendly Pop Fizz, Full Blast Jetpack, Sure Shot Shroom Boom, Hog Wild Frino, and Tidal Gill Grunt, respectively. And they're also minis, which are basically, remember the sidekicks? Yeah, there are those guys, except they made a few more of them. There's Pedvac, and Breeze, who are sidekick versions of Jetvac and Whirlwind. And then there's Mini Genie and Spry, which is sidekicks for Ningini and Spyro. And Thumpling and Gilgrunt for Thumpback and Gilgrunt. There's Small Fry and Weeruptor, who are a lot like Frino and Eruptor. And then there's Whisper Elf and Barkley. We already know about these guys. Stealth Elf and Tree Rex based. And then there's Trigger Snappy, we know about this guy already too. And then there's Drobit, based off of Drobot. Terrorfight, we already know him, based off of Terrafin. And then there's Bop, based off of Bash. There's Hijinks, the new one, which is based off of Hex. And there's Eye Small, related to Eyebrawl. This is just the cuteness factor, though. I don't think they have any additional powers, but it'll be fun, at least. But I don't want it. I'm just saying I don't want them. But if you want them, go ahead and get them. I'm not going to stop you. And Trap and Traptanium! These are toy crystals that can capture certain villains and make them good guys. They can capture multiple villains, and you can switch out which villain you want to go for in the villain vaults. There are a lot of traps in store for us. Can't wait to see which ones are around. Trappable villains. These are the bosses of the game that can be captured by the traps and then they fight for you. It's like instant rehabilitation, which is pretty awesome. They can be upgraded and leveled up, although not like the Skylanders. They have to do quests and stuff to upgrade. And then they have a time limit before they recharge. They're super powerful, but they can only use for a short time at a time. It's sort of like the activity time limit in Marvel Disc Wars, if you watch that show. If not, let me brief it up. Let me briefen it. Whatever. Shorten it up. Whatever. You can only use it for a limited time before the villains time out and they have to recharge. Once they recharge, you can use them again. And you can have fun all you want. I am pretty excited about this darn game. All of the trappable villains. This is going to be pretty cool. There's too many to list all at once, but I'm just going to list the important ones, the Doom Raiders. These are Dr. Crankcase, The Gulper, Chef Pepperjack, Wolfgang, Chompy Mage, no idea who it is for the magic one. It could be Rage Mage, I have no idea. There's Dreamcatcher and Golden Queen. And we got a bunch of other characters here, villains here too. And which you'll see in depth in just a moment. Wolfgang, an undead villain. His abilities are the awesome knee slide, sonic guitar, and he can swing his guitar to make a swing. It makes a good melee attack. And his catchphrase is "Let there be rock, ow!" A rock and roll werewolf. This is pretty cool. I like this villain. This is one of my favorites. Mastermind. This is an undead villain. His abilities are a magic explosion and magic mind control blast, which can turn enemies against each other. And his catchphrase is, "I'm out of my mind." Or actually, "I'm out of my mind." This guy's a pretty amusing and squeaky voice. He doesn't sound like what I just said before. He's no Batman voice. Can't wait to use this guy. It'll be pretty interesting. Woodsickle, another undead villain. We don't know if his abilities or catchphrase, but we know that he had a run-in with Torch, I think. And looks like Torch is pretty shaken up about the experience. What did Hoodsickle do? I don't know. No, it can't be good. Anyway, if it's haunting Torch that much. Can't wait to see this guy in action, though. This guy will have pretty interesting gameplay, I think. Bone Chompy. Really? A Bone Chompy? We haven't seen these guys since Skylanders Giants, and they were really easy to kill. Hope these Bone Chompies, playing a Bone Chompy will be like better than like facing against them, because those guys are actually kind of weak. We don't know their abilities or catchphrase, and we probably won't know if there will be a catchphrase. Chompies don't talk. Chompy Mage. While Chompies don't talk, this guy does. His abilities are a staff smash. He can summon Chompies. Yes, you can summon your own Chompies in battle. And he has an awesome Chompy form, which can rampage around and sometimes even jump. And when he lands, he creates a shockwave, which is pretty cool. His catchphrase is Chompy Power. I can't wait to see this guy, though. It'll be pretty awesome. He'll try a light villain. His abilities are Shield Drop and Shield Bash. And he's made of wood. Not really much else to say. And we don't know his catchphrase. Whoopee! This guy is a laugh villain. His abilities are a healing spell circle, which he can leave behind to heal your Skylander. He has a sparkly spell ability, and he has a veggie energy blast. And his catchphrase is Broccoli Guy rules. This guy just goes to show not all vegetables are good for you. Sheep Creep. This is a light villain. His abilities are a mini cannon cork shooter, and he can like use a wool attack, which can send cotton balls everywhere with some kind of explosion. And his catchphrase is "Bah boo," which kind of surprised me. I thought it'd be like "Bah humbug." Cuckoo Clocker, a light villain. His abilities are a sonic stream, and he can smash. And we don't know his catchphrase. But one thing is true: this guy is no bird brain. There, and here's a Chompy. Really? A Chompy? Alright, let's just get to the abilities. We don't know what they are, and we don't know what his catchphrase is. I don't know if there'll be one. I said before, Chompies don't talk, and neither do Bone Chompies. Pretty self-explanatory. In the mix, this guy is a water villain. His abilities are an ice blast, and an ice jetpack, which you can use to freeze enemies for your Skylander to attack without any resistance at all. And his catchphrase is, "You got me in the ice zone." This guy will be pretty ice to use, and pretty handy for the ice bucket challenge going on. You know? Yeah, buddy. Ball and Chain. This guy is a water villain. His abilities are a hook, chain, grapple, and a hooky spin. And his catchphrase is, well, it's "Who wants a hug?" Which is like the worst line for a villain, I think. It's like one of the worst villain catchphrases ever. What kind of villain would say that unless he's like a psycho hugger that actually kills people when he does it? Yeah, I don't think the line really fits, you know? Ooh, another one of my favorites, the Gulper, which is a water villain. His abilities are, he can use his trident to stab enemies, and he can also, like, after that, he just throws them away, and then he disappears. He can also chomp guys, and he can also, like, slide around and make, slime that damages enemies. We don't know his catchphrase, though, but I bet it'll be pretty awesome. Or soda related. It turns out he drinks a lot of soda, and when he does, he just gets huge and more powerful. Don't drink that much soda, kids. The Gulper just goes to show it's not worth getting addicted to soda. Trust me. The Gulper. Crosscrow. Really? Another bird brain? This guy is a water villain, and we don't know his abilities or catchphrase. Which is a bummer. This bird looks pretty cool, despite the fact that he's a bird brain. This is a water villain. A troll with a jetpack. Ooh, how intimidating. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase yet, but it sounds dangerous. Trap. This is a water villain. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but he is not a freaking pineapple. Anyways, that's about it for Slobber Trap. Grenade. This is a fire villain. He can dash around and make explosion, and he can also make little bomb sidekicks like Countdown. And his catchphrase is, well, he just makes beeping noises. They just reminded me of Bumblebee from Transformers Prime and other Transformers shows or movies that have Bumblebee not able to talk. He just beeps, beeps, beeps. Anyways, this guy is also the bomb. A smart bomb. Pepperjack. A fire villain, although we don't know what he does or what he says. But all we know is that he's one of the most most dangerous villains. And pretty dangerous since he's part of the Doom Raiders. Shooter! This is a fire villain. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but I have no idea what he actually is, quite frankly. That's about it for Scrap Shooter. Smokescream. This is a fire villain. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but This guy will probably be on fire. Literally. Buzzer Beak. This is an air villain. He can fly, he can slam and make some kind of slicing spinner, and he can make some sort of weird chicken noise, which is pretty cool. And Juju. So this guy is probably like tribe related or something. I don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but it might have something to do with like mystics or something, which doesn't really fit well with the air element. Just saying. Frankenstein. Is that a reference to Frankenstein? Because I don't see how he's in the air element. Anyways, we don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but I guess he's working for Crankcase? I don't know. You'll see more about Crankcase later. Team Catcher. This is an air villain. We don't know her abilities or catchphrases, but apparently she has braces. Not to mention that, you know how regularly dream catchers, like, catch your nightmares and all that, preventing you from getting them? Well, not in this case, I presume. Awful Sprout. This is an Earth villain. I can't really tell what his abilities really are, or his catchphrase, despite the fact that he's in the new Skylanders online game as a minion like villain, not a trappable villain. We I don't really know what he does. I'm sorry, I really can't tell. Some like for certain if that'll be how it works in the game or not. Who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see. Brave Clobber, another Earth villain. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but this guy is big, deadly trouble. Trump Chest. This guy doesn't give any treasure. This guy is an Earth villain. Although we don't know his abilities or catchphrase, don't mistake him for a treasure chest, believe me, because it'll be the last mistake you ever make if you do that. Golden Queen, leader of the Doom Raiders. We don't know her abilities or catchphrase, but she's probably pretty dangerous considering she's the leader of the Doom Raiders, which are an ultra-powerful Skylanders team, which consists of Chef Pepperjack, Chaos, Crankcase. Well, I'm not sure about Chaos. He probably betrayed them first chance he gets. Crankcase, Wolfgang, Gulper, and Dreamcatcher. I can't really name anyone else at this point. Dreadnought. This is a tech villain. His they have a Saw Blade slice move, and they could also do a Saw Blade spin. And his catchphrase, or rather theirs, is Shreddy, Set, Go! Dr. Crankcase. Is it Dr. Crankcase or just Crankcase? I can't really tell. Anyways, this guy is a tech villain. He has a blaster and spinning legs, but I don't know what else he can do. We don't know his catchphrase yet, and there's some interesting theory that Crankcase is Spy Rice's dad. I know I mentioned this before. I'm not sure like what to believe in this case, but it'll be pretty good drama when it turns out Crankcase is Spy Rice's dad. We'll see what happens. Walrus! This is a tech villain who shoots starfish like Whamshell, where I don't really see the tech part in here. His abilities are a starfish rapid fire attack, and he can make a mega starfish bullet. And his catchphrase is, I'm a walrus! Cruiser. This is a tech villain. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but he's probably pretty dangerous. Trollololol. Ablobs. This is probably a reference to like the mad words, I think, or whatever. That game you play with the where you complete sentences and turns out to be funny sometimes. I can't help but think whether if this is Blobber is coming back for revenge by turning himself into a villain. That would be pretty scary. I don't know what his abilities or catchphrase is though. Rolling Thunder. This guy is a tech villain. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, so thanks a lot for the lack of info. Pain Yata. Ooh, I like this guy. This is a magic villain. He can like slam with his lollipop. It's like a sucker punch, sort of. He has like a trap pinata move, and he can like candy barf, which actually stuns enemies. And his catchphrase is, Who wants candy? Mage. This guy is a magic villain. He has a magic orb, which you can like throw at enemies as a Skylander, and he also has a magic parade dash, which is pretty cool. Don't know his catchphrase, but I have to say, for this guy, I would recommend a psychologist and an anger management person. Bombshell. We see plenty of these guys around as enemies, but not as a trouble villain just yet. Anyways, this guy is a magic villain. He's a turtle that can throw bombs and stuff. I don't really see how the magic part comes in. Other than that, I don't really know what abilities or catchphrase it is. I don't know. I also didn't really know how to word it very much, so I didn't really type anything with that. My bad. I shall be more careful next time. Chaos! This is a chaos element villain. That's right, chaos gets its own element. This guy. We don't know his abilities or catchphrase, but it would be really cool if he had all the villains' powers at once. Though, if you trap him, you'd have to unlock those abilities one by one through his. Maybe he could do all the quests. Who knows? Chaos has a lot to redeem himself for. Returning characters: Flynn, Callie, and Tessa Tessa returned from Swap Boys, and in Callie's case, from Giants, as supporting characters. Persephone also returned as well. This is so awesome. Lock Imp is back too, but in a different way. And Callie and Tessa are returning. This will be a love triangle for Flynn. Adventure packs. There's the Nightmare Express battle pack on the left, which is Hand of Fate, Piggy Bank, Nightmare Express, and Blades. And then there's the Mirror of Mystery, which comes with Deja Vu, and some Tiki, some Dragon Rocket, and the Mirror of Mystery. This looks interesting. Maybe we get the Trapeon? Who knows what'll happen? Awesome! Skystones is back. Skystones returned from Skylanders Giants and has a few new upgrades. For instance, you could use like different Skystones, and you not only fight the Skystones your opponent has, but you also fight your opponent. See the health bars? If you have one like heading straight in there with no other Skystone in the way, you take health away from this opponent, which in this case is Dreadbeard. Cool, huh? Lock-in puzzle! Lock-in is back, but he has like a jetpack now, and he can like unlock by going into the hole. Yay! It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to talk through this. So I'm just going to skip it this part from now. The backstory of the game, so let me activate my epic narrator voice. Chaos has blown up the prison. The walls of the feared Cloudcracker prison. Free the most notorious villains in Skylands. It's up to you and the Skylanders to find and capture them. Using Traptanium, a magic material that can harness the power of the elements. You have the amazing ability to trap the villains and return them to Skylands to fight for you. Begin the ultimate adventure as you explore Skylands in search of the escaped villains. Alrighty, so we got the chapters of the game and the villains on them. So it looks like there's 18 chapters. That's pretty nice, and I've heard the levels are shorter, which will be pretty nice. That'll make the walkthrough a little easier. Anyways, there are the Doom Raiders over here. Chaos, Choppy Mage, Chef Pepperjack, Dreamcatcher, Dr. Crankcase, Wolfgang, Golden Queen, Gulper, and 2 other Doom Raiders that we don't know about, along with the other villains, the ones I mentioned before. Right, there's Chapter 1, Soda Saver, which has Gulper as the main villain. Slobber Trap for Chapter 2, now you know it all. Chompy Champ, we have Chompy Mage. We catch the Chompy Mage. I have no idea if we encounter the Chompy villains there. That's probably it. Bird Buddy, complete Chapter 4. And we have Cuckoo Clocker for Chapter 4. Chapter 5 is Master of Chefs with Chef Pepperjack as the main villain. Squid Seeker, that's chapter 6 and we have Brawl and Chain. Swamp Survivor, some dude with eye hands. Something tells me that's the I-5 guy and whose quest we find in chapter 6. Anyways, we got Dreamcatcher Catcher. That's a mouthful. That's the main villain for Chapter 8. Frankenstein for Chapter 9. I can't remember the fire villain. I can't really remember the name. Crankcase for Chapter 11. Crusader. We got. I guess that's Crosscrow. Back for the Future. Wolfgang. Yes, yes. I can't wait to get Wolfgang. There's Rocket Recoverer with Threat Pack. Squadron Star with I don't know who that is. Desert Dominator with Grave Clobber, Royal Flusher with Golden Queen, and Chaos with Chaos Comeuppance facing Chaos. How epic is that? Check out this awesome poster, yo! It contains all the characters. Give or take a few. But still, it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna talk, so I'll just give you, like, a few seconds to look through this. Yeah, okay, done. Moving on. Well, that's the end of this update, though we'll be getting more info soon from like whatever info like we get from this game. Anyways, can't wait for this game to come out, and I'll be keep doing this until the game comes out. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, and subscribe for more videos. In the meantime, gotta rock and roll and rumble, and check out Down on Thousand for some more. And it's Damo Awesomeness. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, y'all. This is the Damo sign off. Later, people. See you later.